Alright, good afternoon mga ka-SBRTC or Sir Brian's Review and Tutorial Center team. Okay? Approximately 49 days na lang tayo, ano, bago yung matinding bakbakan, no? 8 hours na bakbakan yan. At saka, malulula ka na lang, malulula, tatawanan mo yung Prof. Ed, Gen Ed, tatawa ka doon. Pero pagdating mo sa majorship, iiyak ka doon. Okay, but we will not let that thing happen,
Yeah.
no? Yeah, we will make sure that the SBRTC, okay, will be able to provide you with a quality training, quality tutorial, as well as review, so that you can be on the battle with equipped, okay, with necessary informations during the exam. Hopefully, we are aiming, no, na lalabas kayong may smile sa mukha at hindi kayo lalabas na luhaan, no? Lalabas kayo, maybe lalabas kayong luhaan kasi sabi kayo na, Lord, thank you so much kasi nasagutan ko lahat ng mga tanong.
Sir,
Hopefully, you will also cooperate. Yes, sir?
sir, nung after ba ng exam, umiyak ka din ba sa hirap? Umiyak ka din?
Yes, sir. Honestly, akala ko tumulo yung luha ko paglabas ko ng room. Kasi napakahirap eh. Sabi
Ako
ko,
din.
dami kong tanong na nabasa, pero ngunit automatic from 1 to 10 skip ako.
Oh my God.
Yeah, di ko alam yung tanong, pati yung mga sagot, di ko alam kung saan kinuha yun. Tapos sabi ko, akala ko ako lang yung umiyak. Pagdating ko ng
Ako
ground
din.
floor, daming nagiiyakan, doon daming nagyayakapan.
TLE yan sila,
Sa,
sir. TLE.
oo,
TLE. Yung
TLE.
ibang mga majors, hindi masyadong umiiyak yan.
Wala.
Ibang majors, hindi yan sila umiiyak. TLE ang umiiyak. And then, ako din, during my time, and even during the time of my sister, it was way back 2014, nung kumuha siya ng
Yeah.
licensure exam. Puro TLE lang umiiyak. Paglabas niya ng board exam room, TLE umiiyak. Kaya nga yung aim ko dati nung first ko na season, sabi ko wala nang TLE na iiyak. Kaya nga nag-post ako dati after the board exam kasi nga 80% ng mga concepts na aking na-lecture ay talagang lumabas. Sabi ni Sir Nino, Sir Dex, 80% of the lectures na diniscuss niyo po ay talagang lumabas. Although hindi nga lang verbatim, pero
Verbatim,
napakarami din ng verbatim. Napakarami din talaga sir ng mga
marami
verbatim
sir,
na
yung binigay
naituro
mo
ko
na
na
mga raw
lumabas.
review. Di ba sabi ko sa'yo, di ba na sir, may mga verbatim doon na mga
Yeah, yeah.
exam. Okay. Sabi ko na rin sa sarili ko, TLE, we shall raise our flag.
Yeah.
We will raise our flag under
Yeah.
SBRTs.
And then
Yeah.
okay na lang din sa akin kasi sabi ko kung hindi ako pumasa, okay lang may next pa naman na exam. Ako din talaga sir, 5 lang talaga yung sure ko. And after the board exam, wala na, hindi na ako umasa na pumasa pa. Hindi na talaga ako umasa after kumuha ng exam. Umiyak din ako pero konti lang, mga 3 luha lang yung iniyak ko kasi sobrang sakit ng leeg ko. Ang upuan ko kasi ay pang kinder. Yung pang kinder na upuan kasi yung kwarto na yon mga elementary students yung yung students.
Oh,
So
oo.
mababa yung upuan nila and masakit yung ko, yung bato ko. Na parang para akong basta para akong nagbuhat ng isang sakong bigas nung
Kinaumagahan
exam
yan, sir. Kinaumagahan yan. Yan yung feeling namin.
feeling.
Lahat kami. Yeah, feeling namin na may binubuhat kaming sakon
Mabigat.
ng bigas
Yeah,
kahapon. Kaya nga pati dito yung batok namin napakasakit. Pero
napakasakit.
sabi ko sarili ko, Lord, kung ano man yung result ng exam, ikaw na yung bahala dun. Kasi sabi ko, ayoko na.
Ngayon malapit na, sa totoo lang, before you realize, I will tell you this, malapit ng exam. Malapit na ang exam. Pero huwag kayong kakabahan. Okay? Because we have prepared this much. And marami na ang concept na aking naituro. Imagine
Yeah.
ninyo, during my time, hindi ako nakapag-review center. 4 days lang ako nag-aral for TLE. And I still got 85. And during my time, that was the highest in the TLE majorship.
Oo.
And yun nga, sa totoo lang, ang proof ed ko at gen ed ko, 5 days lang ako nag-aral sa proof ed eh. 5 days ako nag-aral sa gen ed. And naka-92 ako sa gen ed, naka-90 ako sa proof ed. And mahirap din talaga yung proof ed. Nako, wala din talaga akong naano doon. Talagang nasabi na parang tama talaga ako. Pero doon ako umiyak sa majorship kasi naano talaga ako, na-depress talaga ako. Sabi ko hindi na ako papasa nito.
Oo.
Pero ito ilalaban ninyo guys, ilalaban ninyo. And sa totoo lang yung mga repeater dito, wag ka kayong mawawalan ng pag-asa. Ma'am Marieta, wag kayong mawawalan ng pag-asa. Kasi nga
Yeah.
si Sir Nino, repeater 'yun. Dati 69, naging 94. Imagine, no? Napakalaking ano 'yun,
Buti
'di
na lang
ba?
hindi nabaliktad naging 96 pa sana
Yeah.
yun.
96 hindi naging 96. Okay?
Oo.
And sige na lang guys, ito, without so much ado guys, we just tickle yung conversation para naman maging feel at home kayo sa review natin. Pero sige, we're going to start our lecture na. And guys, wag
Oo.
kang abahan ha. Dito kami, marami na tayong discuss na concepts. Laban, laban.
Laban, oy,
So sir,
'no?
I'll be having my lunch. So kayo na. I
Sige
will
sir,
leave
you
the
take
floor
your
for
lunch.
you.
Sige
Sige.
sir. Anyway, recorded naman 'to, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so sige po. So we will start with this question number 1. Simulan na natin, no? Ayan. Again, so welcome to the Technology and Livelihood Education, Technical Vocational Education courses with emphasis on trainer's methodology, assessment and evaluation, research, and other trade areas po. Okay, so this is under a new TOS for March 2023. Okay, so ayan, question number 1 agad tayo. Sir, paulit-ulit yung tanong mo. Again, repetition is the mother of all learning. Okay? So, it is a task or group of tasks performed to a specific level of competency or proficiency. Okay? So, I may ask, you may interact here the right answer. If I will be asking you, just turn off your mic. You may send your answers via chat box. Okay, so let's have the clue word here. Always remember, guys, that we should know how to identify the context clue in each of the sentences. Okay, so what we're talking here is specific level of competency or proficiency. Okay, now if you happen to see apprenticeship, if you remember apprenticeship, hindi naman to group of tasks apprenticeship. Okay, this is a method or this is an exposure to the real job situation. Therefore, we need to cancel out apprenticeship. Okay, let's proceed to standards. Di ba kapag sinasabi nating standards, hindi naman yan group of tasks. Okay? This is a practice generally accepted by the industry's qualification. Okay? Again, when we say standards, accepted practice to meet the standards of each industry. Kaya nga, hindi siya group of tasks dito. X na rin to, no? Manatitiran tayong dalawa, competency and skills. Eto, kapag sinasabi nating competency, pabalik-balik tong competency. When we say competency, it is a skill performed on a specific standard. Again, a skill performed on a specific standard. Now, ang tanong ngayon dito is a group of tasks performed to a specific level of competency. Therefore, the correct answer here is skill. Okay, so that is what skill is. All right. Okay, number 2. Okay, which of the following is not a key feature of competency? Let's go back to competency. Again, competency. Okay. Kapag sinasabi nating competency class, this involves the 3 letters. So what are those 3 letters? K, S, A. Ano yung KSA, sir? Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? Hindi. Hindi po yan Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That is knowledge, skills, and attitude. Para saan ba tong KSA dito, sir? Okay, ginagamit natin ang KSA to perform work activities in order to meet the standards set by the industry. 'Di ba? Ito naman yung pinaka main point ng TESDA, 'di ba? Nilalagay, ini-integrate ng TESDA sa DepEd kasi gusto ng DepEd na once makatapos ang K-12 graduate, they will be competent locally and globally in terms of industrial operation or industry courses. Okay? Kaya nga dito, saan ba dito ang hindi kasali sa tinatawag nating key features of competency? Okay? Dapat naroon doon si knowledge, si skills, at saka si attitude. Let's start with letter D. knowing the right approach. Okay, sabi na dito, knowing the right approach to do a job properly and safely. Right approach, how to do the job, this is under features of competency. Napabilang pasok ang tatlo dito. Therefore, letter D is correct. Letter C. Knowing what to do if things go wrong. Again, this is dimensions of, sorry, this one belongs to the under still sa dimensions of competency. No? Knowing what to do if things go wrong. So, kailangan ba to sa competency? Is it a key feature sa competency? Very true. Yes na yes. Kasi may skills yan dyan. No? May knowledge yan dyan. May attitude yan dyan. Now, knowing how and why things are done. Oh, how? Knowledge yan and skills yan. Why? It pertains to knowledge or something like that. And of course, in order for you for you to complete this one, you must have this attitude as well. Check pa rin si letter C. Si letter B. Now let's talk with letter A. Being able to answer the self-check test. Nawala dito si skill at saka si attitude. Present lang si letter K or si knowledge. Therefore, this is not a key feature of competency. Again, the key feature of competency must involve the three main domains: knowledge, skills, and attitude. Therefore, the correct answer here is letter A because not, the word not. Okay, wag nyo yung kakalimutan dyan. Okay, number 3 tayo. It integrates several potentially different tasks to achieve a complete work outcome. Ano yung pinag-uusapan dito? Kung makikita niyo si A, B, C, and D, these are all what? These are called dimensions. Okay, these are called, ano ba tong mouse ko? Okay, these are called dimensions of competency. 4 yun. Okay? 4 ang dimensions na yun. You have to remember this one. Task skills, task management skills, job or environment skills, contingency management skills. Actually, inuulit-ulit ko ito. Bakit? Lumalabas ito during our assessment. Kasi isa ito sa tinatawag naming mahahalagang bagay na dapat tandaan ng isang trainee. Okay? Again, this is one of the most important thing that a trainee should always remember, the different dimensions of competency, and we only have 4 on it. Task skills, task management skills. Okay. Now, for this one, kapag sinasabi na yung task skills, isa lang dito yung yung magagawa mo. Contingency management skills, this talks about how to respond irregularities and breakdowns in your routine. No? Kaya nga dito pumapasok again si plan A at si plan B. Okay? Job environment skills, this talks more on attitude. Okay? Kapag ina-assign ka ng supervisor na ganito, magrereklamo ka pa ba? Okay? Kaya nga may tatawag na yung job rotation eh. Kasi this job rotation will help, again, a job rotation will help the trainee to be able, will help the trainee to be able to be exposed to different machine operation. And in case tatawagin ka na yung head or supervisor or trainer, at least yung respond ng isang trainee ay hindi na malala, hindi na negative. Kasi alam niya kung paano doon mag-operate ng machine na yun. And that is what we call as job or role environment skills. Kapag sinasabi nating task management skills, kapag binibigyan mo agad, kapag nakasalamuha mo ang napakaraming gawain ng isang kumpanya or industry or even a school setting. The tendency here is that how can you work or finish the task? And here comes task management skills. Again, the answer here is task management skills. Okay, next. Number 4 tayo. What principle of CBT adheres to the idea that as trainers, you should provide activities will allow each trainee to advance on his own without waiting for the other trainees in his class to finish. No? Actually, last time na-discuss ko to last time. Paki-comment nga kung ilang principal meron ng CBT. Ilang principal meron ng CBT, paki-comment. Sige nga, let me check kung ilang may nakaalala ba doon. No, kapag nakalimutan 'yon, ako review ulit sa videos. Ilang principle nga 'yon? We have 10 principles of CBT. Oh, no, very good, Mr. Ryan, no, Ma'am Najana. Okay, very good, no? We have 10 principles of CBT. Now, ang tinatanong dito is alin daw sa mga principle ng CBT ang ganitong eksena? You should provide activities that will allow each trainee to advance in his own without waiting for other trainees in his class to finish. Ito yung tinatawag nating self-paced learning. May self-paced learning ba dyan? No? Hindi porke magkaklase or very friend or very close friend si student A at student B, sabay-sabay silang gagraduate. Sabay-sabay silang mag-finish ng course na yan. Hindi po. Sabay-sabay silang mag-finish ng competency na yan. Hindi po. No? Kasi this is to adhere, no? This is to stick to the principle of CBTVET. A training delivery is individualized and self-paced only. Okay, again, the training delivery is individualized and self-paced training. Meaning to say na kung si student B, mahina siya sa competency na yan, he doesn't need to move forward unless he is done with that competency. Okay, and paano mo malalaman yan, sir, sa trainer? You have to, okay, very good, no, Ma'am Shasha. Okay, so that is to, okay, that is through assessment method. And in assessment method, we have different forms of assessment method, and we're gonna discuss that one later. Next, number 5 po tayo. This serves as a guide of each trainer in developing learning activities. Ayan, no? This serves daw as a guide in developing learning activities. Ito na. Ano-ano ba yung mga pinapahiwatig dito, sir? Guide daw siya. Remember the concept? Yung tinatawag nating hierarchy ng kanilang paggagawa. The very topmost is what do we call as TR. Okay? What comes next? What comes next is what do we call as? After TR. That is the CS. And what comes next after CS? We have the CBC or curriculum, CBC or competency-based curriculum. And ito si CBC, pumapasok dito yung ating tinatawag na modules. Ayan. Okay, no? So the training regulation class, okay, plays a big role in TVET training. Always remember this one. This TR here, okay, plays a significant role of the training simply because this is the basis of all that is under his term or under its jurisdiction. Okay, so understanding the CBC will help the trainer. Ito yon, will help the trainer to establish learning activities. Para saan ito nakikita, sir? You can find learning activities in your module. Therefore, the correct answer here is letter. Okay, that is letter C. Competency-based curriculum. Okay? Okay, good. Next. Number 6 po tayo. In CBTVET, okay, in competency-based TVET, each trainee or student is assessed against the evidences based on standards. True or false? Ayan, ha? True or false ba to, sir? Okay. In CBTVET, each trainee daw or student is assessed against evidences based on standards. Competency nga. Kapag tinatawag sa exam ng competency, that is skills-wise. Okay? Skills. Evidence-based standards ba tayo dito? Definitely, yes. Kaya nga may tinatawag tayong competency standards. Okay? The acceptable norm in every industry is standards. So that is what we call as, or the answer here is true. Number 6 tayo. Okay, number 6. Each training program must be registered where? Oh, within what? Number 7, sige daw. Are you familiar with the acronyms here? Are you familiar with the acronyms here? Okay. So each training program must be registered within where? Or within what? May utpras na sumagot. Okay? May utpras na sumagot dito, no? Walang sasagot ng CAC-W dyan? Or RWAC dyan? Or NTTC dyan? Okay. Isa-isahin natin dito kung ano-ano tong CACW or CAC-W, RWAC, UTPRAS, and NTTC. Kapag nasabi natin CAC-W class, okay? Or what do we call as competency? Paano ba ako magsulat dito? Hirapan ako. Wait. Eto. Wag na. Okay. Competency. Wag na. Magtumano ako, no? Nahihirapan kasi ako sa yung mouse ko eh. Hindi siya, no? Anyway, that is competency, assessment, and certification for workers. Again, competency, assessment, and certification for workers. This is, ano tong CAC-W sinasabi ninyo? It is a provision of free assessment and certification services to industry workers in unidentified sectors and qualifications. Halimbawa, may tinatawag tayo ditong John D. Sobosas Training Center. John D. Sobosas Training Center. Now, alam ng TESDA na si John D. Sobosas Training Center ay nagkakaroon or partner, registered sila from TESDA. Bibigyan ng slot, okay? Bibigyan ng slot ng free slot ang Sir John D. Sobosas Training Center to conduct training at the same time assessment, no? Magkakaroon diyan, free dito sa akin. However, on the back part niya, no, kung sa totoo lang class, binabayaran po 'yan. Okay? TESDA po ang nagbabayad niyan. Okay? And that is under the CAC-W program. Okay? Kaya nga last time, no, yung sa school namin, binibigyan kami ng CACW ng 30 slots ng welding, 30 slots ng electrical, 30 slots ng driving. However, since konti lang yung nag-apply for assessment dito, no, ng driving, isinasauli namin yung 20 slots ng CAC-W kasi hindi siya or walang kumuha ng driving masyado, no? Diretso po no yung aming electrical at saka yung tinatawag nating welding, no? May programs kasi yan, no? Now, RWAC, ano tong RWAC na sila sabi nila? Kapag ikay natapos sa assessment and you are certified as competent during the assessment, you will be registered under RWAC ng TESDA. Okay, ano ba tong RWAC na sabi natin? RWAC is Registry of Workers Assessed and Certified. Again, Registry of Workers Assessed and Certified. So, kung ikaw ay nakapasa ng BPP NC2, Electrical NC2, dili na hindi ka na mag-alala kasi may pangalan ka na nakaukit sa TESDA. May sariling code ka na doon. And you are registered under RWAC. Okay? RWAC refers to the record that contains documentation of the result and basis for your national certification. Okay? Kaya nga, bilang assessor, right after kung mag-assess sa'yo, sasabihin ko doon, I'm going to tell you that, okay, since you have passed this assessment, congratulations. I will be giving you your you may get your certificate in the provincial office. After this, RWAC will be signed by the assessment center manager. Okay, so RWAC is you will be registered there sa Registry of Workers Assessed and Certified. Okay, next is NTTC. Ayan, National TVET Training Certificate. Kapag meron ka ng TM1 and TM2, pwede ka na mag-advance sa National TVET Training Certificate. Ano ba tong training TVET Training Certificate, sir, na sinasabi nila? This is a document given to a trainer who is holder of a national NC or national certificate not less than 2, no? National certificate level 2 and trainer's methodology level 1. Kapag meron ka na nito, okay, you will be provided, you are going to apply for a national TVET training certificate. Of course, may corresponding industry number of years yan. Okay? Hindi porke nakapag-TM ka na, nakapag-NC2 ka na, magiging certified TVET or Philippine TVET trainer ka na. Hindi pa yan. Kasi nangangailangan pa yan ng number of years sa experience mo. Halimbawa, si Sir John D. Sobosa. Si Sir John, nagkakaroon siya, meron siyang NC2 sa Electrical Installation and Maintenance. Okay, EIM NC2. Now, so, ngayon, nakapag-TM na si Sir John. No? Tapos sa TM1. Pwede na ba siya mag-apply, sir, sa NTTC or pwede na ba siya mag-apply bilang isang National TVET Trainer? The answer is depende. Bakit? He must pass the condition that he must be working in the industry related sa kanyang NC2 within 2 years. Okay? So within 2 years. So say for example, si Sir John, nag-work na siya sa electrical company for more than 5 years. Aba, may TM1 na siya. May NC2 na siya. He can now be called as a national TVET trainer. At the same time, mag-apply na rin siya para maging isang national competency assessor. Okay? Pwede na po si Sir John makapagkuha o makapag-assess ng mga kumukuha ng EIM NC2. No? Siya na yung mag-assess ng mga students doon. And that is true under NTTC or the National TVET Training Certificate. Sir, what if, sir, nakapagtapos ako ng TM1, nakapagtapos ako ng NC2, tapos hindi pa ako nakapagkuha or nakapag-work ng industry for 2 years, 1 year lang ako. No? Papunta pa lang ako sa 2 years. And that is why i-issuehan ka ng TESDA ng provisional NTTC. Okay? Provisional. Kasi nangangailangan ka pa ng number of years for experience to that. Kapag may submit mo na ulit yung requirements nila, okay, pwede ka na maging isang certified national TVET trainer. Now, saan nga ba dito nakapabilang si training program? Saan dapat may lista? That is under UTPRAS. Okay? UTPRAS. Okay? National TVET Program Registration Accreditation System. Okay, that is letter C. Okay, good job, no? From Jake Tabanaw, okay? And Richel Fernandez. Okay, good job. Very interactive yung mga people natin ngayon. And number 8 tayo. Okay, the evaluative statements that specify what is to be assessed and the required level of performance. Sir, ano ba dito yung tinatawag nating evaluative statement? Evaluation. Oh, evaluation, no? Let's highlight evaluative statement. Si elements ba evaluative statement 'yan? Si element ba evaluative statement? I don't think so evaluative si element. Because when we say element, it is the building block, okay? The building block of a unit or of competency. The very foundation, okay? It describes the outcomes or output of the trainee, no? Kaya nga tinatawag itong learning outcome. Okay? Tinatawag itong learning outcome. Next. Yung ating tinatawag na evidence plan. What is evidence plan? Again, kapag sinasabi natin evidence plan, guys, it guides assessor or trainer in the collection of evidence. How can he be able to perform or how can he assess the learners or trainees and be able to tell them that he is competent or not? And that is E under evidence plan. Okay? Next, what is then underpinning knowledge? Okay? Ano ba tong underpinning knowledge na sinasabi nila? Okay? Kapag sinasabi natin underpinning knowledge, this is the required knowledge in order for you to perform the specific skills. Okay? That is the specific knowledge that you need to perform, that you need to get in order for you to perform the specific skills. Therefore, the evaluative statement here that specifies what is to be assessed and required level of performance is what do we call as performance criteria. Good. Okay, that's good. That is performance criteria. Next po tayo, number 9. The statement on the coverage of the course, its relevance in the industry sector, and the possible occupation the trainee will have after completion is written where? Saan ba dito nakasulat yung tinatawag nating coverage of course, no? Yung ano ba dito, kung saan dito yung relevance, okay? Now, let's eliminate B and D. I'm sorry, B and C. Wala na tong kinalaman sa wala na tong kinalaman sa coverage of the course. Kasi very specific na tong dalawang to. Okay? Dito tayo sa dalawa. Okay? Now, kapag sinasabi natin assessment criteria, ito nga kaya, di ba? How or the list of criteria with which the achievement of the learning outcome will be judged based on evidences. We're not talking here about how this content be judged. Okay? Therefore, wala nito sa assessment criteria. We are talking here about, okay, course descriptor. Okay? This is course descriptor. Okay, next. Number 10 po tayo. Okay. A statement that specifies what learner will be able to do as a result of the learning process. Okay, a very easy question. Okay, a statement specifies what learner will be able to do as a result of the learning process. Okay, no? Performance criteria, how are they going to be graded? How are they going to be judged? Course content, what are the lessons that needs to be discussed? Okay, performance criteria, same pa rin yan in assessment criteria. Okay, the correct answer here is learning outcome. Again, the correct answer here is learning outcome. Next, number 11 po tayo. Learning style of a learner who has a strong language skill. Sir, may learning style pa ba doon sa tinatawag nating sir? Sa tinatawag nating CBT or competency based training? Yes po. Kinakailangan mo talagang malaman ang learning style ng student mo. That is with respect to CBT or that is with respect to competency based training principle. Okay? Now, alin daw dito yung tinatawag nating may strong language skills? Visual nga ba? Is it mixture of visual and auditory? Okay? Kinesthetics, auditory. Kapag sinasabi nating language, what is involved more there? Di ba speaking to? Okay? And when we say speaking, alin mo dito yung nagagamit natin kapag speaking yung mata ba? O bibig? Tapos ano naman yung kapares kapag meron niyang isa? Kapag may bibig, no? Sa language, dapat nagkakaroon ka rin ng auditory. Again, auditory po yung sagot dito. Strong language skill of a learner that focuses on auditory learning. Okay? They are rich on they are rich on vocabularies. Okay? Vocabulary po yan sila, no? And they usually read notes aloud, no? Kung nararanasan niyo, when sometimes you're bored, you're going to read your notes aloud, no? Tapos maririnig mo na yung sinasabi mo, medyo medyo comfortable ka na maririnig mo yung sinasabi mo. Okay? That's language skills, no? Mas madali mong naiintindihan when you are in your comfortable learning style. Kinesthetics, this is more on what? Kinesthetics is more on movement, okay? Okay, mixture of visual and auditory, and we have the visual. Actually, class, this visual are forest seers. Okay? these are forest seers, no? They could hardly find the details of the story because they look the story as a general, as a whole, not on a specific. Okay? So this one is visual, and that the answer here is letter A, auditory. Next, number 12 po tayo. Imaginative thinkers who believe and reflect on their experiences. Paulit-ulit na tayo nito, ano? Sir, yung learner daw na imaginative thinker who believe and reflect on their experiences. Ano ba ang tamang sagot dito? Activist ba siya? Pragmatist ba siya? Reflector ba siya? Or theorist ba siya? No? May context clue na nga dito, reflect. No? Bakit mo pa kailangan magpakalagay sa alanganin, no? Reflect, reflector. Okay? Pero sir, ano ba ito yung pagkakaiba ng apat? Okay. When we say reflector class, students learn by reflecting the object or what they saw. And that is careful observation. Again, kapag reflector, learners learn by reflecting and with careful observations. Ano ba ito yung theories na tinatawag nila? Kapag sinasabi natin theories dito, they learn by thinking, okay? They learn by thinking analytically with respect to theories they have learned. Again, theories are, learners learn by thinking, okay? And analytic learners, and with respect to theories yan sila. Pragmatist, pragmatism, sabi nga nila. Sabi dito, pragmatism, learning by doing or get things done. Okay? Pragmatists are learning by doing yan sila. Si activist kaya, ano kaya si activist? Kapag sinasabi natin activist class, this is learning by engaging and from a specific experience. Learning by engaging from a specific experience, and usually, hindi yan sila titigil hanggat hindi nila nakukuha kung ano yung gusto nilang ma-achieve. And those type of students are activist students. Okay, or activist learners. Sige nga, may nakakuha. Very good, no? Dami nakuha ng tamang sagot dito. I think sa next natin na discussions, no, hindi ko na ito uulitin. Okay, number 13 po tayo. Okay. A trainee who pursues information concretely and process it actively by trial and error. Diba? Sabi ko kanina. Ano yung sabi ko kanina, diba? Hindi yan sila titigil hanggat hindi nila nakukuha kung ano yung gusto nilang gawin or gagawin. No? Or ano yung gusto nilang output or outcome or product. And that is with respect to activists. Very good. That is activist po yan. Again, pragmatist, learning by doing, learning by reflecting, and okay, next. 14. Checklist daw of competencies required of a qualification. Sir, wala namang ano dito, sir. Wala naman ditong ibang checklist, sir. Okay? Very good, no? What I want, ano nga ito, sir? Ano nga ito? No? What Christian wants, Christian gets. No? Kung ano yung gusto ko, hindi ko titigil hanggat hindi ko nakukuha yung ano. No? That's activist. That is activist type of learning. Next. A checklist of competencies required by a qualification. Walang ibang checklist dito. Proof of competency. Ano ba itong proof of competency? This proof of competency class, nangyayari ito in terms of RPL. Ano nga ulit itong RPL sa ating tinatawag na CBT approach? Can anyone answer what is RPL? This is very important. Before training or before planning a training session, you must have to know the RPL of your student. What does RPL mean? Can anyone answer? What does RPL mean in terms of before planning training session? Napakahalaga po ng RPL. Very good. It's prior learning or recognition of prior learning. Now again, kapag sinasabi natin recognition of prior learning, you have to make sure that before ka mag-start ng activity or training ninyo, you have to ask your students if they have undergone this one. And if the student will positively say that, yes, sir, I am done with that one, then you are going to ask a proof of competency, either which either which what we call as one certifications, okay, seminars attended, or what we call as direct contact to the persons involved. Okay? So, say for example, direct or immediate contact na doon, no, sa mga supervisors natin, yung sa mga, yung tinatawag natin yung mga character references na sinasabi nila. Okay? We may verify that. Okay? That is okay. Okay, there is proof of competencies. Formative assessment, ayan, and diagnostics, these are also ways on how to get RPL. Okay? Kapag magsasabi ang bata, na yes sir, alam na alam ko yan. Okay, good. You proceed to what do we call as written test. Kapag naipasa niya ang written test, manghingi ka ng proof of competency. Naipasa mo nga 30/35, very good, no? Baka tsamba lang to. No? Pero wag mong sabihin ng bata, baka tsamba lang yan, no? Baka mano sila, maya sila. So, sabihin mo yung bata, okay, so since you have passed this written test, I need further proof that you are really competent on this competency. Kasi hindi to joke, no? This is not a joke process, no? Kasi kapag isang competency lang ang malampasan nila at hindi nila alam, babagsak yan sila during the assessment process. Kasi during the assessment process, may depende na yan sa assessor kung anong competency ang ibibigay during the time. Okay, now, so that is written test. Under maga, pareho lang itong dalawa. Now, we're talking about checklist of competencies. Ano ba dito? Ito yung letter A na tinatawag natin. Self-assessment checklist. Ano ba tong mukha ng self-assessment checklist, sir? Ito yung mga tanong na masasagutan mo lang ng yes or no. Okay? Self-assessment checklist kadalasan dito is, do I know how to perform this one? Do I know how to perform this one? Do I know how to arrange? Do I know how to clean? Do I know how to maintain? Now, those are examples of self-assessment checklist. If they will say yes altogether, then proceed to diagnostics. Okay? Then proceed ayon ka sa proof of competencies. Pero here we're talking about checklist of competencies. Therefore, the answer here is letter A. Next, number 15 po tayo. Checklist completed by a trainer or the workplace assessor while observing the learner's performance on task. Ano daw dito? Yung sinasabi nating checklist completed by a trainer or the workplace assessor while observing the learner's performance on a relevant task. Okay? Case study. Okay? Sa case study ba nangyayari ba ito ora mismo? I don't think so. Case study will happen right away. You may start right away, but you cannot finish or you cannot arrive at a fixed time for this one. Case na rin ito, no? Okay? This class, actually this one, this belongs to what we call as assessment methodologies. Again, assessment methodology. Okay, assessment. Ano ba nangyari sa ako? Anyway, that is assessment methodologies, no? Hopefully I can provide with a new anyway. Okay, so this the A, B, C, and D belongs to assessment methodologies. Kapag sinasabing 360 feedback naman, okay? Kapag sinasabing 360 feedback is the assessor, okay, or the trainer is going to ask certain classmates of yours on how you performed a certain task. Again, 360 feedback. This is using a structured process, again, to gather and analyze feedback people in your surrounding. No, kumbaga opinion by the people, okay, will judge your performance. That is 360 degrees feedback. Practical demonstration, observation checklist, ang natitirang dalawa natin dito. Balik natin yung question. Completed by a trainer or the workplace assessor observing the learner's performance. Okay? Tapos may checklist pa dito. The correct answer is letter B, observation checklist. Next, Again, ang apat na to ay belong sa tinatawag na assessment methodologies. How to conduct assessment, or what are the procedures or processes or types of assessment to be conducted. Number 16. Why is it necessary to determine the current competencies of your trainee before preparing your session plan? Oh, bumalik itong question na to. Bakit ba kailangan nating malalaman, no, kung ano yung current competency or prior learning nating mga students or trainee before preparing session plan? Letter A. To ensure that the trainee must have enough prior knowledge prior to the training. B. To ensure that no trainee shall be left behind during training. To ensure that the training will be done on a specific given time. To ensure that the current competencies of the trainee are recognized and learning competencies related to the current competencies are no longer assigned to him. If you happen to observe C and B, okay, if you happen to observe C and B or B and C, this is a contradictory statement to the CBT principle. Okay? Again, these statements are contradictory to the CBT principle because according to the CBT principle, okay, training should be a self-paced and open time. Okay? So wala na si B at saka si C. Si letter A, kinakailangan ba talaga ng trainer na magkaroon ng enough knowledge or sufficient knowledge prior to training? Kaya nga magkakaroon siya ng training kasi wala pa siyang knowledge diyan, no? X na rin si letter A. The correct answer here is letter B. This is to ensure that the current competencies of the trainees are recognized, okay? To recognize and to avoid, no? To avoid redundancy, no, or to shorten the time of the trainee in terms of training, no. At least marami siyang oras na mailalaan sa ibang competency kasi tapos na siya sa ganung bagay. Question number 17. The trainer can call or personally ask for confirmation from the signatories of the certificate issued by a company or an industry. Kagaya nung certification ko ng TM1, no? And I am applying for a certified ESL trainer. So nagpass ako ng COE, no? Certificate of Employment sa TESDA for me to become or to be a certified ESL trainer, and with that tumawag yung TESDA sa company namin, no? Yung tinabahuan ko noon. Sabi nila na am I working daw in the ESL? Okay? Am I working daw there? What is my performance? Okay? And then the HR responded graciously naman. Okay? So pwede ba yung gagawin, sir? The answer is very yes. No? Pwede 'yun. Okay? You can actually call, or as a trainer, you can actually call personally or ask for confirmation. Malay mo, gumagawa-gawa lang yan dyan para makasave siya ng time. Okay? It's not illegal. It's okay to call that person personally. Okay, the answer here is true. Okay, number 18 po tayo. 18. What's the difference between the current competency and those required? No? The difference between the current competency and those required. Ano ba itong tinatawag natin, sir? Na? Di ba kanina may tinatawag tayo ditong self-assessment checklist? Okay. Sa self-assessment checklist class, ito yung dito natin makikita kung ang isang bata ba ay okay na sa ganung competency at ano pa yung hindi niya nagagawa. Ano pa yung ibibigay nating competency para sa kanya. No? If we are going to eliminate by definition proof, hindi naman to kailangan. Okay? Yung tanong is the difference between current and required. Proof is, this is to make sure that what you're telling is true and evident to what you have presented. Proof and evidence are almost the same. Okay? Learning outcomes Ito po yung tinatawag nating element. Wala po itong kinalaman sa difference between the current competency and those required. The correct answer here is training gap. No? Pero kung intindihin mo class, ano, difference between current competency and those required, gap naman talaga yan. No? Difference between A and B, may ano yan dyan, no? May certain gap yan dyan. Training gap po yung sagot natin dito. Again, training gap is the difference between current competency and those required. Okay, sir. Nalilito ako kung ano ba yung itsura ng training gap. Kanina, may tinatawag na ditong self-assessment checklist. At kapag sinasabi natin yung self-assessment checklist, these are competencies na istinasaad sa worksheet mo, no? Can I perform or ito 'yan. Can I perform basic mensuration? Yes or no? Can I perform reading vernier caliper? Yes or no? Can I perform cleaning brakes? Yes or no? Kapag lahat 'yan diyan, yes. Okay, proof tayo. Now, kapag may isa lang diyan na nag-no, kapag may isang no sa assessment checklist na yan, no? Say for example, can I perform brake? Ang sabi niya, brake maintenance, brake maintenance. Sabi niya, no. That can I perform brake maintenance is what do we call as training gap. Okay? So, it is a gap that which hindi alam ng trainer pero trainee pero kailangan niyang makuha yan for him to proceed to the next competency. Okay? That is what we call as training gap. Okay, next. Number 19. In planning for competency-based training, the following should be determined by the trainer except. Alin-alin ba sa CBT, no, in planning for CBT ang kailangang ma-determine ng mga trainee? Trainer. So, is it characteristics of the trainee? Current competency? Or training needs? Or all of the above? All of the above? All of the above po ba? Okay. Kapag sinasabi natin characteristics, this talks about learning styles. Correct? Falls under learning styles. Current competencies and training needs, kailangan itong malaman kasi we need to recognize RPL or recognition of prior learning. Therefore, alin dito ang hindi kailangan? Okay? And lahat po yan is kailangan, sir. All of the above is needed. Okay, the answer here is letter D. Wala po dito yung wala po dapat tayo dito tanggalin na answer because all of the above is needed. Number 20. A systematic process that is employed to develop education and training programs in a consistent and reliable fashion. Sir, baguhan to. Okay. Systematic process that is employed to develop education and training programs in a consistent and reliable fashion. Curriculum design, training design, instructional design, and instructional systems design. Ano ba tong tinatawag nating instructional systems design or ISD or IDs? Actually, under po ng instructional design, si instructional systems design. Okay? So ano ba yung tamang sagot dito, sir? Is it A, B, C, or D? Ano tong curriculum design tinatawag natin? Okay? Curriculum design is yung tinatawag nating ano yon? Can anyone what is curriculum design or training design or instructional design and instructional systems design? C and D are similar. Okay? Okay. So again, when you say instructional design, this or creating instructional experiences, okay, that makes the trainee acquire the knowledge and skills, attitude efficiently. Okay, that is instructional design. Pero ang tanong dito ngayon is, to development, education, and training program in a consistent and reliable fashion. Okay? May curriculum ka na nga. Okay, may curriculum ka na nga. However, how can you implement this curriculum? How can you implement this curriculum? Okay? When we say curriculum design, teacher-centered to. Okay? Instructional design, teacher-centered din to. Okay, the correct answer here is sino yung nagpe-perform. Okay, nagpe-perform ng ganong process, and that is the students or the trainee. And the answer here is training design. Okay, training design po ito. Next, number 21 po tayo, ADI. Sir, pang Prof. Ed to, no? Can anyone know what is ADI? Without looking or without researching. Ano yung ADI? No, lumabas ito sa board exam. No? Sa under professional education, meron nito, bumalik din ito sa ating tinatawag na trainer's methodology. What is daw in terms of ADI model? Okay? When we say ADI, A stands for analysis. Again, A stands for analysis. D stands for design, develop, then implement, then evaluate. Again, ADI, analyze or analysis, then create a design, then develop, then implement, then the last one is evaluation. Sir, bakit ba